Alrighty, guys, what is up? Welcome to a new series with Lone Debater 7, where we check out Node Buster. That's right, Node Buster. It's a game that's been out for a while. It's kind of like a roguelike, mixed with an idler, mixed with an incremental, mixed with a shooter. It's a lot of fun. If you do not have it or haven't heard of it yet, definitely would recommend checking it out. I've enjoyed playing it. I played a little bit on my own. But we're going to start fresh here with a new game. Yes, I am willing to delete my old save permanently just for y'all because you know what? We don't even need it. We're going to put them numbers back on the board. So let's go. You dive in, you're on the upgrade screen. You are looking to collect bits. They're dropped by the red squares. You're looking, or just red enemies, not just squares, but any enemy that is red will drop these. And then you have the upgrades. Right now we only have power, plus 1 damage, costs 1 bit to get it. How do we get bits, you might be asking? Well, you click the breach button, you initialize a session, you get your cursor, you shoot it at, or aim it at a square, and then passively over time, you will do damage to the squares. You don't actually click your mouse for this to happen. It just does it on its own. Um, so there is no like clicking in that sense, which is actually quite nice in my opinion. Um, as far as everything else that was going on, maybe that's a little quick. We'll look into it more deeply in a second. Upgrades. So we get 1 point in damage. Getting the 1 point there unlocks more upgrades for us to choose from. So you also have Connection Buster. Deals 5% damage in an area per enemy in the area. So this one actually is pretty good. It scales based off the number of enemies, which means spawn rate from crowding and this one kind of go hand in hand. Like if you have this maxed out and this maxed out, you'll be dealing a ton more damage because you have so many enemies on the screen, right? Then you have endurance. This is just health. The way I like to play rogues in general is I generally try to scale health because if you have more survivability, you then are able to gather more items. And whether or not you need the items or want the items, that's a different question. But if you generate a larger total value of items, and if you look at things from like a percentage standpoint, a large number. So like 100 million, 1% of 100 million is always going to be larger than like 1% of 50 million, right? Like it's always going to be that way. So if you can do more damage or generate more income by increasing your survivability, that's the route I choose to pick. And yeah, that's me, analytic boy. Let's go. Breach. um, we gonna shoot this cursor. Perfect. Take another one. So the one upgrade we got in health did scale us by 4 points. That's not bad. I mean, that's a 40% return right there. But we do have a health bar. We also have XP. The goal that we're going to shoot for right now is gather as many bits as possible each run. And basically, we want to rush the regenerate um, upgrade. The first tier costs 25, so we're going to get other stuff on the way just because we're only doing like 6 a turn right now. And it's not very fast, 6 a turn, I might add. But we want to get Repair Tool. This is the one to prioritize right out the gate. If you get 2 or 3 levels into this, you basically can stay in the sequence as long as you want. You don't take damage from attacking the smaller enemies. So that means you're guaranteed a fixed amount of bits per turn um, every single turn. And it won't be random. It'll always be the same. You can also just not shoot at enemies if you want to live longer, and that's totally fine too. Um, this will carry you pretty far for the first like tier. You have armor, also not a bad thing. 0.2 armor. It doesn't scale super fast, but getting some armor on you does also help with your survivability, so it's a good upgrade. We could do more health. I do want to get 1 tick into spawn rate just because I want to show you the other thing we want to prioritize. So priority 1, Repair Tool. 25 bits. We need to get 25 bits from 1 run. We'll get Repair Tool when we do that. The other thing we want to prioritize is Bit Boost. This is red enemies drop plus 1 bits. You need 1 SP, so we have to get an SP. You get that by leveling up, so you get an amount of XP for every enemy that you defeat inside of a breach. So yeah, eventually we'll get an SP from leveling up. We're going to spend that immediately on Bit Boost because then we get twice as many bits, regardless of how many we get per breach, right? So, but very good upgrade to try to prioritize. You do have to get the first tier of crowding, so that's 2 bits. So the total cost to get here is 1 bit for the first tier of power, 2 bits for the first tier of crowding, and then 1 SP for bit boost. So that's tier 1, or one thing that you want to prioritize, so not too bad. 3 bread bits. You get 3 bread bits, you basically line up to get this as soon as you level up. So first level up, buy this. Next, you want to scale your health. So you go health, and then that's to unlock repair tool. Once you get 25 bits in a run, you scale this. Until then, you scale a mix between your endurance level, your attack level, and your armor level. So to go up another level in health is only 4. To get armor is 8. Power is 2. Spawn rate is 4. So we want to scale endurance one more time. Basically, when this price is more than this price and either the same or equal to this price, we're going to then save up for armor. We'll get 1 tier of armor. Then we'll go back and get a tier of power. All right, let's go. Sorry, that was a lot of talking, I realize. This is supposed to be a chill game. You don't even have to think about it that hard. No matter what you pick, it'll work out. So just bear that in mind. I just figure, yeah, if we want to quote-unquote gamer it, that's how you'd gamer it. As far as I can see, I mean, maybe I don't even know what I'm talking about. Maybe there's other things and other ways to do it. And if so, and you know them, please share. I'm always interested to hear what other people are doing when it comes to playing games. It's fun, right? That's the point. Okay, so we want to get this one. And since we have 4 left over, I will get another tier of crowding, just because then you get that overlap. So I don't know if you guys noticed in the last one, we had quite a bit of overlap over our shapes. That's because there were more shapes in the screen. So yeah, that means I can deal damage to like 2 of them at a time instead of just 1 of them at a time. So it makes our shots more efficient, thereby increasing our total return for the run. So there's that. Bam. 2 more. Can get these 2 maybe. I should finish these off. Maybe get that one. Yeah. All right. So we're getting 10 a turn right now. Not terrible. We could increase our attack size. That actually might not be bad. We did say we wanted to scale this until we... Let's just get a tick of armor. Just so you can see, we can get boss armor as well. Yes, there are bosses. And since we have the 2 left over, we'll get another tick of damage. It wouldn't be bad. And I will say this. When you're trying to save up for the priority upgrades, do spend all the bits that you get every run on that turn, because then you are able to progressively scale your total return each run. So eventually you'll have the amount that you need from a single run. It just took you a bunch of runs to get there, but you'll be more built out and more balanced overall if you take that approach, as opposed to just beelining for something. Just bear that in mind. Like, you can totally beeline for the thing, and that will likely play well for you as well, just based off of how the upgrades kind of scale. But yeah, I kind of like beelining for stuff, but also being as balanced as I can with my build while I get there. Because I can't afford this yet. I can't afford this yet. So I'm not going to just sit on 13 bits, because I know I'm only going to get 13. Now, granted, if I got another 13, I could then afford one of these, right? But personally, I'd rather be able to survive. I want to get another tick of damage is what I want to do. I want to get a tick of health, and then since we can afford only that, we'll get another tick of damage. So now we should be one-shotting these smaller ones, which is perfect. And it's not just the smaller ones. Like, the size does play a factor in how much health they have, but it's also when they come onto the screen. So the ones that come out right at the beginning have less health than the ones that come out towards the middle, and they have less health than the ones that come out towards the end. We are about to get our first SP, so that's fantastic. Yeah, there we go. Level up. We got an SP. Phenomenal. That means we can get double bits or bit boost. But see how we're no longer one-shotting these enemies? It takes 2 again. That is because we are later in the stage. So just bear that in mind. If you're one-shotting enemies at the beginning, it's great because you can get a bunch of bits right out the gate. But you will not be one-shotting stuff the entire time, most likely. But there's the boss. He's a big purpley boy. So we got 22 that run. Not bad, not bad. So we got 24 and 1. Bit boost. Yes, sir. Right away. 10% chance for double resource drops. Yes, that sounds pretty good. It is quite expensive though. I think I would prioritize getting Connection Buster before getting this. And actually, we do kind of want to save up for Connection Buster sooner rather than later. Because I'd prefer to spend my boss token on a different upgrade than this one, and it's kind of gated behind this. So we do want to save up the 50, and I would not suggest getting the Swarming upgrade right out the gate with your first boss kill. Just because you don't really need it. You can scale just the base crowding, and you'll get plenty of enemies. So we got 24 in the bank. We can't afford the one we want to buy one. So what do we buy? I think we buy... Let's see. I can do 20 points by getting one more in damage, one more in health, and one tick in armor. Then I have 4 left over. I can't spend that on anything, but that's fine. Next turn, we should have enough to get the repair tool, which is what we're ultimately shooting for. But we should be doing quite a chunk of damage, and we do have quite a large health pool. 30 is not bad. Once we're able to stably not take damage by just like floating around and waiting for our shot to fire, it'll be great. We'll make it to the boss easy peasy, and yeah, we'll be able to probably take him out as well. Granted, we made it to the boss already with what we have, just saying, but yeah, it's fine. Let's go ahead and do what we can to get overlap. Like, getting some more crowding wouldn't be bad at this point, just because the overlap really does increase your total return. But the bit boost alone is likely going to give us a massive amount of bits at the end of this run. And I'm not even going to try to attack the boss. I'm just focused on, like, bits, basically. But there we go. We got 54. We'll go home. We'll get the repair tool once. Repair tool twice. We'll test that out. Restore 1 health on enemy kill. This is another phenomenal upgrade to go for, because this gives you passive regeneration, right? Because you're always killing enemies in this game. So if you're healing every time you kill an enemy, you're always healing if you have this upgrade, and it scales. So that's pretty cool. I mean, we only have a health pool of like 30, so like 1 health is like you'll replenish that pretty quick. And if you get a bunch of crowding and you're killing a bunch of enemies with a single shot, like, dang, you could be getting like 4 or 5 health per turn at level 1. Anyway, let's see. We got 8 points. I could put 1 into health and scale our health a bit more. I kind of want to put it in crowding, I think. Yeah, we'll put it in crowding. I kind of want to try to get Connection Buster next time if we have the 50. Getting Influence wouldn't be bad to prioritize next, but let's see if our repair tool carries us now. If it does, which it does. Okay, fantastic. So our repair tool is now carrying us. We are at 30 health. We haven't taken any damage just by taking out these little boys. Now that there are a bunch more on the screen, we do take more damage. So I guess the amount of damage you take per turn scales based off of the number of enemies on the screen. So in theory, if you could clear all the enemies off the screen, you'll never take damage. Or if you can clear enough enemies off the screen that your passive regeneration is able to keep you healed up, then it doesn't matter how many there are, I suppose. But yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. We're still pretty early in the game. We haven't even killed the first boss, so bear that in mind. This is early build. Early build. Take that one, and that one, and that one, and that one. Okay. Let's see what we do to the boss. So we take a steady 6 damage right now when attacking the boss. Or 4 to 6 damage. Okay, it depends on if we overlap. So we take about 4 damage when we attack the boss. So, okay, we got 60 points. We're going to get... Ooh, it's real tempting to get one more of that, but no. No. Discipline. We're going to do Node or Connection Buster. 5% damage per enemy in area. That seems like it's pretty good. Repeating. This is why I wanted to get this, because when we kill the first boss, we want to get this attack speed for repeating. This is what that needs to be spent on. Yeah. Make sure you can get this. Or just, if you don't have it unlocked, that's fine. Don't spend your boss token on swarming. It's so tempting. I know. Don't make the mistake. I promise. Repeat. eating's better. Anyway, we also have 50% damage against bosses. That could be pretty good for our current situation where we're trying to take down a boss. But we only have 10 points. We could get more health, or we could get attack size. We go on attack size. Just because then we'll get more points in theory because we can overlap more of the squares. Fun times. Yeah, this game's pretty chill, like, frankly. It's a good time. Hopefully I've convinced you of that. If so, be sure to drop a like on the video. Let me know in the comments that you enjoyed it. And even consider subscribing to the channel if you want to see more. I do kind of plan on continuing on this series through the whole game. I mean, why not? Like, might as well. I've enjoyed playing it thus far, so might as well finish it. I'm gonna finish it either way, so why not share it with everyone? Maybe you guys would like to see it. Let me know if you do in the comments. You can show your support by subscribing, of course, and all that good stuff. But anyway, let's get back to the fun. I kind of don't want to attack the boss if I can avoid him, just so I can take out more squares. Ooh, look at that pixel perfect dodge. That's right, boy. Okay, 74. Let's go. So at this point, getting boss armor would be good. Ooh. 12 health? What? Okay, that could be pretty strong. That's 3 times as much. Granted, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. This is still cheaper by a lot. Okay. Still, though, single tick, go up by, like, 75% health. Or you go up by a quarter. Or a third of what your old health used to be, and it would become a quarter of what your new health would be. It'd be going from, like, 75 to 100. Okay. Anyway. Sorry. Math is hard to explain with words sometimes. Let's go to... Take this. Take this. Take another boss armor. That'll maybe see us through. We'll take another spawn rate. Sure. Let's go. Yeah. 34 health. I mean, we're sitting okay on health. I don't know. Like, that's not a terrible number. Obviously, it could be better. Like, if we got another 12 health, that'd push us up, what, 46? Pretty good, pretty good. If we got one more upgrade of just the old one, that'd put us at 38. So, like, we can scale our health pretty inexpensively at this point, relative to what we're collecting each turn. Or each breach, I guess, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Some of the terminology in this game is the one like note I have. It doesn't stick well for me, but that also might just be because I don't have a ton of hours logged yet. But yeah, sorry about that if that bothers you. It's not intentional. It is just like, yeah. Anyway, let's go. Perf. Oof. Get wrecked. I do want to gather up these low health reds that we've hit, just because I'd like to collect their bits. There we go. We did hit the boss. 3. Ooh, we are getting that passive regen. If I just chill out here, I'll passively regen at this point. Heck yes. Alright. I thought maybe I could take a shot at some of those dudes and survive it, but not quite, not quite. So let's max this guy out. Why not? 30 points. We need 100 to get the restore on 1. We could get flat health. I think flat health at this point would be good for us. It's 20, that's 10, that's 5. We could put a couple more points into damage, and we'll get another crowding. Why not? Get even more money this turn. And it's not money, it's bits. Sorry. Which I guess if this was a Twitch stream, a bit would be a money, so don't blame me, game, for getting confused. No, JK. It's great. Great concept, frankly. Yeah, really enjoying it so far. But anyway. So many. I wish there was a counter, like when you're in the breach. Like that'd be a cool thing if they were to add that. It'd make my day. To just see like, oh, I've defeated this many red enemies. And then like you could even do like a little calculator side scroller thing, or I don't know, something like that that does the calculations of, well, if you did this and you have this upgrade, you're collecting this many bits or something. I don't know. Like it'd be cool to be able to see how many enemies you've defeated so far on the breach, and like how many bits you've collected. And then also maybe like enemies remaining. That could be a cool stat, because I imagine that it's semi-fixed. Like I don't think they infinitely spawn. You know what I mean? And I know I could be attacking the boss right now, and probably if we were focusing on that, we'd see what we're lacking in order to defeat it, if it's armor or damage. But we just got 100 bits, or 130 bits, correction. So yeah, guess what? We just got salvaging. And now we should be able to beat the boss. Easy peasy, is what I'd be saying. We could even grab 1 tick of armor if we really wanted to do it. Sapper, what is this? Restore half a health when hitting an enemy. Ooh, that's pretty cool. That's actually really cool. Okay, we need blue circle boys. Node finder, 1% chance. We need 400 bits for this though. Okay, so we need to increase our crowding and our attack size is what we need to do at this point, I think. I think I will take the boss armor, and then we'll just take flat damage. And let's see if we got the boss this run. I think we do. We should be fairly tanky, if not immortal, at this point. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. We'll find out together, though. Boom. This is not the build I played in my last run, by the way. So, just FYI. This is me learning from my last run and trying to optimize things a little bit better at the start. And so far, so good, I might say. We are 22 minutes in, and I have acquired the same amount of upgrades, basically, that I had when I was about an hour or hour and a half in. So, yeah, much faster this run. Or this game, whatever you want to call it. So, that's pretty cool. Gotta feel good about something these days, right? Let's see. Boom. Yeah, we're basically immortal. Get wrecked. Now the thing is, once you kill the boss, the run is over, regardless of if there are other enemies on the screen. So just bear that in mind if you want to harvest up some bits, and you're at the boss, and you can easily take the boss. Be sure to harvest the bits you want before you kill the boss. Yeah, FYIs. Booms. If I only attack 1 square on its own at this point, I restore health, and then I can then go back and attack the boss. So right now, when we're hitting the boss, we take about 1 point of damage, maybe 1.5 points of damage, but we'll take them out maybe this attack. There we go. 143 and 1 boss. Prestige 1 unlocked. Let's go. Let's go. Guess what? What did we say we were going to do? 20% attack speed. Repeating. Bot. Purchase. Done. Yeah. I may or may not have made the mistake of going that one on my last run. It works. It works. Don't get me wrong. But this is way better. Okay. Ooh, guess what? Repeating. Another 20% attack speed. That's good. Okay. That's a little bit tougher of a choice, right? Do you double down or do you get more spawn? I guess we'll have to see if the spawn rate falls off. Okay. 3 damage. We don't need this yet because we can still get this for much cheaper. Boss damage. I'm not too worried about that. So we're going to the next tier prestige, which means that the enemies are going to be stronger. So scaling damage would be good. It also means they're going to hit harder, so I think we want more armor. So I'm going to put armor up to level 5. Can we max this? We can totally max that. All right, we'll max out our health. And then spawn rate will leave. Attack size will leave for the time being. And I think we'll go just damage and see how far we get. Yeah, so level 11. We can't afford a crowding, so we'll get it. And we'll give that a shot. Ooh, prestige. Do we want to prestige? So prestige 0 is what we just completed. Prestige 1 is what we just unlocked. I think we'll see how we hold up against prestige 1. Ooh. Yeah, okay. Not bad. We may or may not have over-leveled against that boss. We also just got another SP, so that's pretty cool. We'll definitely be able... I don't know that we have anything to spend it on right now, but that's okay. I'll take an SP when I get it, right? But yeah, you do get a lot more bits for the higher prestiges you go to. So you do earn more if you're able to survive and attack them. See, so like we're getting 3 per cube instead of 2 per cube, right? So it is a bit better. You also get the bigger size squares that spawn in now. So that's kind of fun. Keep it a little bit varied. Also as an indication of how much health they're going to have, right? So you can kind of see. I don't know if they drop more. They maybe do. Oh, wow. We reached the boss already? That seems fast. I guess that's fair enough, though. Like, we did survive quite long. Yeah, instantly die if we attack the boss. That's kind of what I figured, but I wanted to test it. So, boss guard, probably a good call. Boss damage, also probably a good call. Take 2 of those. I can't afford this now. Shoot. Okay. I could just go all in on that. Nah, we'll put some damage in, too. Sure. Let's see if we can get through Prestige 1. I'm just kind of curious. So far, so good, right? The damage was a good call because now we're one-shotting most of the small squares. Or, like, we got quite a bit farther one-shotting the small squares this time compared to last. So I'll take it. We're doing some work against this guy. We'll probably get him before he drifts off. Yeah. And you do get more, so that's good. At least, like, they do take more hits, right? But you do get more for the big squares. The small squares you don't. They just take more hits, right? Yeah. But that's okay. Not the end of the world. All things considered. Alright, here's the bossy boy. We probably don't have enough health. If we scale just our regular damage, or if we don't attack as many squares on the way here, would probably have a shot against him. It also, if we got more salvaging, that could help us. Because then we'd have more health when we get there. Enemies in area, okay, so that could be good too. For the overlap thing, right? Attack size also scales a bunch of our stuff. Let's get the boss damage. I do want to take 1 tick of the boss damage. 50% damage against bosses. That should be pretty significant, I would think, right? We can probably max out our attack, just our base power upgrades. We're going to do that at this point. I just want to see how much damage we can do if we kind of focus on it for a run. Or a breach, whatever. Yeah, we're putting in some work, right? Not bad. I think the next time we hit the shop, we're gonna go for the regen from enemy kills is what we're gonna do next. Just because that gives us some sort of like survivability to like go into the boss fight with a bunch more health, right? So that's what I want to do. And we're gonna try to ignore the bigger squares for the time being. Alright, we're doing okay. We are taking about 4 points of damage right now. So we probably need to scale our boss damage. Or not our boss damage, our boss armor. We could also probably go another tick of that, and it would do a lot for us. So that's 38. This is 125. Dang, okay. So If I do this one, it basically spends everything. Spends everything. Alright. Probably worth it, though, is what I'm going to say. I've been wanting to get it the past few times. I just haven't because I didn't want to spend all my money on it, but we did spend all our money on it this time. Probably worth doing. We should come out the other end with a bunch more health. That's what I'm hoping for, that is. And I do want to get the blue squares unlocked sooner rather than later, because there's at least one really good upgrade that takes the blues. So I would like to get that unlocked at some point. Yeah, we need more health, is kind of what it's looking like. Just flat health. Also, that would unlock more of the trees, so maybe we should just put one in. Regenerate 4 health a second. That takes 1 SP. Wow, should have done that earlier. Boom. That'll probably help us a lot. Okay, so we need blues to get the next tier of that. Okay. Boss armor, boss attack, or just more guys on the screen. Boss attack it is. Let's go. Because I'm not really struggling with the little guys. It's more the boss that's getting us. So maybe by scaling another 50% attack damage on the boss, we'll be able to kind of chunk them a bit faster. So we won't take as much damage overall, right? That's my thinking. Glass cannon it, if you will. Works because you one-shot it, not because you can survive for a long time. And like, that's also kind of how I play rogues. You play survivability until you get enough damage that you're one-shotting stuff. Then you play glass cannon until that's no longer viable and you have to go back to survivability again because stuff becomes too strong for you. And you kind of just ride that oscillation, and you end out on the other side with a decent build that gets through most stuff relatively easily, and you got there pretty quickly, right? That's how I play these kind of games. In case you wanted to know. Maybe you didn't. Who knows? Thought I'd share anyway. Why not? It's my video, right? Oh, man. I found myself funny. Hopefully you do, too. Alright. Yeah, look at this. This boss ain't nothing. We haven't taken any damage. That's crazy. Alright. So we just have to chill here. I guess we've taken... No. We passively regenerate more than this boss can deal to us. That's nuts. So Prestige 2, here we come, it looks like. And if I take out some of these squares, we can get some bitty bits on the way. Oh, and by the way, if you ever want to end the run early, meaning like you're in a breach and you've been there for a long time or you need to go, or you just want to get back to the shop because you think you got what you needed, you can always hit the red terminate button down here and it'll end the run. There we go. Boss defeated, Prestige 2 unlocked. We got 168 bits and 1 boss token. And what do we spend the boss token on? First things first. What do we spend the boss token on? Spawn rate is very tempting, I must say. Because if we got 1 point of that, we might generate the 400 that we need to get this, which also would be really good. And also this makes this a lot more viable. However, increase attack speed. And I wonder if there's another repeating. You know what I'm saying. Alright, we'll get swarming this time around. We'll get that one next time. 100% spawn rate. Okay. 2,000 though. We don't need that yet. We can just get the base if we so desire. This could be a good one. 10% for double resource drops. That could be pretty good. I think we'll get that. It also is a different upgrade, so I'm also trying to like get different upgrades or upgrades at the edge of our tree because maybe we'll unlock something new, right? I think bigger attack size would be good for us. Our little cursor is feeling small. Yeah. Ooh, wow. We do nothing to these squares. That's funny. That's okay though. We get quite a bit of bits by attacking them, and we're not really taking much damage. We're taking a little bit of damage now. So okay. We're not immortal, unfortunately. Not at Prestige 2. We're pretty immortal. Pretty tanky, but not perfect. I think we go for health. Yeah, we go for health, we go for armor. I'd like to save up for some more attack. Like, getting some attack would be good for us. So maybe this is the route for that. Maybe we should throw a point or two into that. Okay, let's go. We'll go back to Prestige 1, just because we will make an obscene amount of money, or bits, compared to Prestige 2. Even though you get more per square in Prestige 2, we aren't one-shotting anything like we are on Prestige 1, so we don't get any, like, quick trickle every time, you know what I mean? So, like, yeah. We're just going to do this, and we're basically immortal here, and there's no longer a boss, which means that it's basically like an endless mode of the red squares. So, yeah, we can just sit here and farm to our heart's content. And I kind of want to sit here and do this for a little bit, just so I can then get the blue squares unlocked. Then we'll probably run it one more time and see if we can get some blues so we can get some of the blue upgrades. You know what I mean? I think that's what we want in order to go through Prestige 2, or that's maybe what our barrier is right now. So if we can overcome that, we might be in pretty good shape here. Let's see. All right. It's chunking them. Not bad. But yeah, we would have saw the boss by now. Like, this is when the boss would be coming out. But instead, we just get a bunch of squares. And that's great. Like, we are taking a bit of damage. I suppose we are not immortal, it appears. Not at this tier. I guess if we don't attack anything for a minute, or, like, don't aim at the squares, we maybe survive. I don't know. Yeah, okay. We're starting to peter out, but that's okay. We'll just go. See how many we get. 289. Okay, not bad, not bad. Plus 3 damage. That's 100. This is 200. This is also an edge, so it might unlock something else. We could get more health. That could be good. Let's get the damage. It didn't unlock anything. Kind of a bummer on that. Let's do more crowding, bigger attack size. Sure. We'll go back to Prestige 1. There we go. Collecting. Ooh, that's a 5er right there. Another. That was only a triple. Okay. Fair enough. It's not about how many you get, as long as you get enough. I think that was 6. Wasn't even trying. Just happened. Perfect. Ooh, leveled up. Nice. I don't think we have anything to spend that on yet, but the last 2 we have used our SP on have been doozies. They've really been worth a lot to our build. So I imagine that the next one will be as well. We just have to figure out where it is. It's probably behind like something expensive, or it requires blues. Is also a possibility. Yeah. And I know that other people have made content for this game already. I personally have not really watched much of it, meaning I've watched maybe the first little bit, um, seeing like what the game is about, and that's about it. So like all the upgrades, I have no idea what they are at this point, um, and stuff like that. So we're just going with the flow. But we do have the 400. Let's get the node finder. Bada bing. Blue enemies drop one node. Ooh, that's probably worth the SP, right? We spent it on that. We probably should spend it on that. All right, Prestige 1. Let's see if we get any of the blue nodes, I guess is what they're called. I didn't look over their technical term in the thingy, but that's okay. And it's only a 1% spawn chance, mind you. So for every like 100 or so squares, one of them should be blue, is what that means. But I don't, that's not exactly how spawn works, so it's a little bit less than that. That's okay. Ah, there's one. Perfect. Welcome, my friend. Yes. Give me your nodes. Thank you. Not bad, right? And hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you've watched this long, thank you very much. Your support means a lot. Um, and everything like that, be sure to consider subscribing. I do have a lot of other gaming videos and contents on my channel, so be sure to check it out. Even if you don't subscribe, you might find something there that you like. I don't know. Um, but you do if you go look, right? So anyway, um, we'll go into the shop. We'll maybe spend these blue tokens, and then I think we'll wrap it up here for today. We'll likely do at least a few more episodes of this, right? Like I said earlier, I do plan on trying to play through the whole game and sharing that with you as we do so. Um, and yeah, but let me know in the comments if you want to see more. So we could get Sapper. Half a health when hitting an enemy. That's pretty good. This takes 8, restore 1% max health per second. Wow. Okay. So that's pretty strong too. We can't afford that though. We can't afford this, so we will buy that. Ooh, you can scroll? Sick. Guess it makes sense. Loses res at that level, so meh. Milestones tab. Okay, sure. Cool. Red defeater. Destroy 500 enemies. You get a claim. Okay. Destroy 10, 2,000, 100. Ah, I see. There's yellows apparently. Wow. Okay. So this game goes on for a while by the looks of things. We do have 900 bits as well. So I guess we got a reward for turning in the milestone. Yeah, it gets you 500. So doing this gives us 5. Cool. So what do we want to spend our 900 monies on? Let's see. Do we gamble? Nah. Yes. All right. We'll also get the magnet, I think. That could be pretty good, just so we pick stuff up a little bit easier. What else could we go for? Oh, what's this? Restore half a health when picking up resource. Wow. Wow. Okay. That is pretty strong. This is actually what we're spending our next boss token on is this. That is... Wow-wee. I'd like to get that now. I can't, though, but that's okay. We'll get there. I think we'll go for the attack upgrade that we can afford. And we'll go for a health. And we'll go for an armor, because we can get it. Why not? And, yeah. We'll run one more breach. One more. Just so we can see what these upgrades do. I know we didn't get that much, but still. Yeah. We're going to do one more run. Then we'll wrap up the episode. Sorry, guys. I know. Psych. I didn't mean to psych you out. But I did. Lol, lol, lol. Okay. Hit all this. Done. Done. Ooh. Yeah. So satisfying. Like that. I guess that's why I like this game. It's very satisfying. The little boops and bops that it makes when you take out a red square and pick up its bits. Ooh, nothing beats that. Nothing. No, not really. JK. All right. Let's see. Could I get a blue, please? I feel like there's been more than 100 squares on this little screeny screen. That's right. You come waddling across. I need another couple of your friends. That way we can, collect enough for our next upgrade. Um, that's what we about at this point. Just get enough so we can upgrade again. And I don't know. I might play a little bit off camera just because it is kind of more or less the same thing over and over again. And then you get to the next upgrade, and then it's more of the same thing over and over again, and blah, 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 blah. But I do kind of want to share progress with you guys, and do some like in-game playing and like live, here's what upgrades I'm taking as I go, as opposed to like, here's a big download of these are the points that I put in where and where you should spend yours. I guess starting out, we will progress through the upgrades much quicker than later on, is kind of what I'm thinking. It's maybe one of those games that kind of levels out the further you get. So if that's the case, then we'll maybe do more of just like live gameplay, and less of progress updates and stuff like that. But I don't know. It'll be a mix. Whatever it is, it'll be a mix. But we got 10 blues, so that's good. Ooh, 5% chance to spawn enemies that explode on death. Yes, I want that. Thank you. 1 SP, 15% exploder explosion size. Okay. Restore this. We do want 80 max health. All right, we probably have to get this to get the next set of upgrades. Let's see. I am just going to spend the bits before we close out, because why not, right? This has 3 more levels. We could actually probably close this one out if we wanted. This one too, potentially. Let's do the armor the rest of the way. So now we have a flat 2 armor. That did unlock the next tier of armor, which is 150 each. So that's quite expensive. We could maybe max this out. Yep. So we'll take the max boss armor. Not that we're fighting bosses right now, per se. But we will be soon. And this will be helpful for that. So we have 10 boss armor. So cool. After that, I mean, boss damage wouldn't be bad. Bigger attack size would probably be good. Or spawn rate. Or maybe both. So that's 50, that's 40. So that's a total of 90. 1 and 1. I could do one. Nah, we'll do 50% attack. Yeah, we'll do it like that. And that's all we got. But anyway, guys, that's been the first, like 40, 50-ish minutes of Node Buster with Lone Debater 7. If you enjoyed it, be sure to drop a like on the video and leave me a comment letting me know that you enjoyed the episode. Also, consider subscribing while you're down there. It helps me out, helps the algorithm direct people to videos that has relevant content for what they're trying to find. So yeah, please do that if you liked it and thought it was good. Anyway, guys, this has been Lone Debater 7, and until next time, we will see ya.